Travis Simpson was fantastic tonight. The shots he made, the athletic ability that he demonstrated, catching the lob dunks, hitting threes, spinning off of dribble moves. He played at as high a level as anyone we have faced this season. And his performance of 36 points in 31 minutes is really incredible. He is a very good player. He was averaging 15, 16 a game, but tonight he really got it going early and was able to keep it going. What we talked about with our team and have stressed this is the importance of running the floor in both directions. And the teaching point is simply this: you can never be behind the ball, and you can't be behind your man. So whatever is out in front, if the ball gets out in front, then you got to run to get out in front of the ball. If your man gets out in front of the ball, then you got to run to cover your man. Well, what Greensboro did tonight very, very well is their matchups were different than our matchups. And they were able to take off, and as we were crossing the court to get the right matchups, they were scoring before our defense was set. And as the game progressed in the first half, we adjusted and told our players that whoever Simpson was guarding, to stick with him so that we didn't have to switch on to anybody in transition. And although that was a little better, he still was able to find openings, and they ran some nice, backdoor plays and lob plays for him when we were trying to keep him from catching the ball. But this was one of those games, it was more of a shootout. I mean, we scored 99, that's the highest point total of the season for us, but we gave up 89. We certainly want to play a lot better defense than we did this evening.
You talk about going up, now you have two really good ACC teams coming up, 21 and number 3, North Carolina, back-to-back. To get from where you played tonight to that, I mean...
Well, see, every opponent is different, and how you match up and who plays well. One game really has nothing to do with the next game unless you're playing basically the same team or the same exact style. When you play Virginia, their style is more to play you to 50. So you got to be capable of playing at different tempos throughout the season. And right now, our concern is not about tempo, our concern is about our defense, about our ability to get back, set our defense, and play aggressively on defense without fouling.
Can you talk about Kenny's play and the aggressiveness? 13 free throws.
Kenny had one of those games where he was a hard matchup for them. Because of his ability to go inside and use his size and length. He got his jump hook, he got offensive rebounds, and he also hits his medium range jumper, and he was playing very, very hard, running the floor in both directions, and we absolutely needed that. This was a harder game for Reggie to play in because of the speed. When guys get out and run on the break as fast as they do, you really have to get back, because let's say, for example, their big guy outruns your big guy. Who's going to guard him? Well, a guard has to pick him up who's ever back. Well, that leaves the guards being open for a 3, and that's what happened several times in the first half. That's probably why the minutes for Reggie were lower, although it's something we've been emphasizing for both Reggie and Kenny and Daquan, that we've got to do a much better job of running the floor.
What do you say about the lift that Shane Larkin provided? You guys never turned back after he had those 12 straight points.
Yeah, I think Shane is one of those young men who has a good feel for the game, and we were only 1 for 7 at halftime, and we talked in the locker room at halftime about needing someone to step up and make some threes. they were lighting it up at halftime. They were 8 for 12, and we were 1 for 7. So we needed to counteract that with somebody stepping up, and Shane was able to do it. And then we got a couple of other threes from Ryan Brown and Trey McKinney-Jones. So we ended up making 7 in the second half, which is far more in the range of what we normally do.
Coach, could you just kind of, big picture wise, just kind of assess where you are heading into the conference?
We're a team that has the physical makeup to be very good. Mentally, we need to take some major steps forward, because in order for you to utilize your physical talents, you got to be mentally sharp. You got to be able to push your own buttons. It's not up to the coach to motivate you on every possession. You've got to know, hey, I've got to sprint back defensively. I've got to block out. I have to rebound. Every guy has a job to do, and he has to do that job to execute the plan. And if one guy lets his teammates down by not running back, or one guy doesn't help when he's supposed to, you know, a good team is going to take advantage of that. And I thought Greensboro was a team that played with a great deal of passion tonight. They came in with a very good plan. Their young head coach, Wes Miller, I think is doing a terrific job. We watched them on tape, and they've now played a bunch of teams very, very tough that are high-level teams.
Going back to Shane real quick, what do you see from him in terms of his maturity as a guy that's only played?
Well, you know, he's probably started half the games now. You know, he was in the starting lineup for the FAU, for the Charlotte, and for Appalachian State. So, and he started 3 or 4 games early in the season. So he's experienced now. He kind of knows what's expected of him. And as he said, he's a confident young man. We need Malcolm back. Malcolm, you know, missed a lot of time. He was out for 14 days. So we need him back and playing hard and well.
Is it just physical getting him back in, or is he also mentally just not?
No, I don't think so. I think you got to play more. I mean, I took him out because, you know, we were in a good rhythm with that other group in there. But we played without Reggie, we played without Daquan mostly in the second half, and went with 4 guards because our opponent was playing with basically 4 perimeter players who could all handle the ball. And when they took off and ran, you know, you're throwing it to a guard in the open court. And that's hard for a big guy to sprint back and defend. I mean, probably the most impressive stat of the night, 2. You know, Simpson's 36, but they're 21 assists.
Yeah. You know, one guy had 10 assists. Drew Parker.
That's their point guard. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Hope you had a happy